Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Your Los Angeles Fakers have a big home game tonight on national TV. The heat is on, and good luck to you.
Don't worry about it. We got this under control.
Do you?
AD and Melo.
You got them all.
Yeah,
You got Hall of Famers everywhere.
New dynamic duo.
Really?
Yeah.
Kind of like us, right?
I mean, let that sink in for a second, Skip. That was the best duo. Even without LeBron, that's still the best duo in L.A.
Really?
What happened to your duo?
Clippers have won 4 in a row without their best player. I don't know how they've done it. No, actually,
you're
5 in a row.
saying
PG
that.
might be their best player.
Dynamic
He's
duo,
making
like you're trying to
MVP
convince
case.
yourself. Okay, we'll get to those fakers. That's an interesting way to describe them, Skip. But first, we begin with the latest in Green Bay because a new report says Aaron Rodgers was fined over $14,000 for violating COVID protocols while the Packers were hit with a $300,000 penalty. The violations included Rodgers not wearing a mask during news conferences and the team not reporting Rodgers and Ellen Lazard attending a Halloween party away from the team facility. So Green Bay apparently did comply with the investigation, but was also warned that future violations could result in draft pick discipline. We've been all over this. Shannon, was this enough?
No. Skip, I got a simple question. I want to ask you and I want to ask the people at home. Had Aaron Rodgers not come down with the COVID virus, do you believe the NFL would have fined the Green Bay Packers?
Well, obviously, they had let this go on and on and on. Half the season.
That's my point.
Yep.
So this was about a save face. This was about a PR move because you saw him go out there week 1. From week 1 to week 8, you knew he was unvaccinated because Aaron Rodgers said the NFL knew he was unvaccinated.
Yep.
The Packers knew he was unvaccinated. That's what he said. Yet, post-game news press conferences, he walked into a room. If you're unvaccinated, you're supposed to have a mask. He did not. For 8 weeks, and the NFL didn't say anything. The Green Bay Packers didn't say anything, even though they knew he was unvaccinated. When he contracted COVID, then all of a sudden, the PR, the bad press that all of a sudden the NFL got, because we know they're very reactive. Not proactive, they're reactive. And they say, well, hold on. You knew he was unvaccinated. You saw him come in and out of press conferences. You saw him at this Halloween party. You saw him hugging players after games were over, Skip, with no mask, unvaccinated. Yet you said nothing, yet you did nothing. It was only after that he went on the Pat McAfee show and tried to, and it got such bad press. The NFL really didn't have a choice. Skip, here's the thing, and I get this is a very similar fine to what they gave last year, but Skip, last year was different. We know more now. We have the vaccine now. Protocol should have been strictly enforced. The mandate should have been strictly enforced. And to let this thing get so lax, to let him just gallivant around like he's king of the castle. And the Packers to let this go on. And I get it, Packers. You're running a little scared right now because he had you shook. He wouldn't take your call. You're flying all across the country, burning the shareholders' gas in a private jet to meet with him, and I get it. But Skip, this is not steep enough. Skip, what's $300,000 when the partners, Fox and CBS and ESPN, cut every team a check for a quarter for $300 million? So what's $300,000 to a team that just got $300 million just from the broadcast partners? So for me, it wasn't enough because the capital, the currency that teams value the most, Skip, isn't money. You know what it is. It's draft capital because that's how you build a team. It ain't through money. You get the right players. So you start taking away their ability to get good players, they'll get the picture. So I don't think this was nearly enough because it went on over a period of time. Skip, if it had gone 1 or 2 weeks and they put a stop to it, okay. Give you $300,000 because you did put a stop to it. But because they allowed it to go on and on and on, I don't believe it was enough. It wasn't enough for the Packers, and the NFL should be ashamed of themselves. And Aaron Rodgers, Skip, basically what he got was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. $14,000, that's just like if I hit somebody, I blindside blocked them. That's all you said, Aaron, that's all you did. It's unnecessary roughness, bro. Hey, go on about your life.
I cannot express to you how much I agree with every point you just made because I got 30 more points to make. I have so many problems that we don't have enough show for me to express all the problems I have with what just came down from the NFL. I'm ashamed for everybody involved because this was even less than a wrist slap. This was a wrist tap. what just happened was that obviously the NFL just sent the wrong message, which is if you're a superstar in this league, if you're a top draw in this league, and I consider Aaron a top 4 draw in this league.
No
because
question.
my draws in order are Dallas Cowboys as a team.
Right.
Tom Brady as a quarterback, Patrick Mahomes as a quarterback, and however you want to argue those three with Aaron in the middle of those, right?
Yep.
So top 4 draw. And instead of sending a message that nobody is above COVID protocol, instead of trying to protect the product that was so ripped apart last year by COVID, so much money was lost because of the pandemic, you sent a new message that, hey, if you're a superstar, if you're a top draw in this league, we will look the other way.
Right.
Because everybody looked the other way for half of the football season.
Half.
Everybody knew from the top down that Aaron Rodgers did not qualify as vaccinated or immunized or whatever you want to say that he tried to sell us. Everybody knew that he lied from the start. It was the inside joke of the league office and the Green Bay organization.
Right.
Everybody knew. And yet he was allowed to get away with publicly flaunting the fact in their face, right under their nose, that he was unvaccinated because he went maskless.
Right. He carried on as if he was vaccinated.
That is correct. He went maskless in all of his interview sessions, and that breaks COVID protocol.
Right.
He went maskless on the sideline of every game. That shatters COVID protocol. And worst of all to me, he went maskless when he walked across the field to shake hands with his opponents, thereby threatening all of their ability to stay eligible and stay above COVID, right? And this was on public display, so we didn't need any video cameras.
Video evidence. We saw it.
Yeah, and they gave the Packers big credit for for cooperating with the investigation.
Skip, I watch Fox. I watch all the news. I watch him come in and do the interview. I didn't need them to cooperate.
Yeah, and the NFL said that it found a few isolated instances of Aaron Rodgers and Alan Lazard. Obviously, he also got fined the same amount, which was $14,650. We found a few instances of them failing to wear a mask in the facility. A few instances? Trust me. How about every second of every day?
Thank you.
How about it?
Thank you.
Because if Aaron has convinced himself that he's vaccinated, he's not going to wear a mask in their quarterback room.
So Skip, you and I are on the same page. The NFL wants us to believe that Aaron Rodgers walked out in front of a camera, maskless, when he knew he was unvaccinated, knew people would be watching, but every time behind closed doors, he masked up.
Really? A few isolated instances.
Come on, man.
Stop it.
Don't insult people intelligence.
How gullible do you think we are?
Thank you.
Come on. So then they're saying that the fines relate only to the fact that he and Lazard both attended a team Halloween party, which shatters, any protocol because you're not supposed to gather with 3 or more, obviously, outside the facility.
Correct.
And the only reason that they're getting fined for it is because the Packers did not report that Aaron and Lazard went to the Halloween party breaking protocol.
Right.
So the point is, they're just saying if they had reported it to us, then it would have been okay.
Right.
Really? So you can just report, and stay above the fines for the protocol.
Well,
right?
if I'm other teams, I'm like, well, you know what? We're gonna break the salary cap, and we're just gonna report that we did it, and then nothing should happen. Because that's what you just said. You just said, if we can break the rules, but as long as we self-police and say, look, this is what we did, everything is okay. You just can't catch us. But if we come to you first, if I go to the officer, I was speeding. I ain't gonna give you no ticket. But if you catch me, Skip, this is some bull jive.
Okay, so let's be 100 here. If the NFL, watching from afar, watched Aaron week 1 do all of his interview sessions without a mask.
Right.
If they had cracked down and called Mark Murphy, called somebody, called LaFleur, whoever you call, and you just say, hey, not acceptable. Cannot do it. You have to tell him he has to wear a mask. Well, obviously, if Aaron starts wearing a mask to his interview sessions, people are going to start asking questions.
Right.
Aren't you vaccinated? well, now he's exposed. He's outed, right? So he can't wear a mask, and so they're going to let him get away without wearing a mask.
That's why he didn't wear it, because he knew he was unvaccinated.
Sure.
And that's the telltale, Skip. Everybody, when I see guys on the sideline with a mask on, I'm thinking, oh, he ain't vaccinated.
Yep.
Because that's the protocols that the NFL is saying, the NFLPA, that's what they've agreed to, Skip.
Yep.
If you're unvaccinated, you wear a mask on the sideline. So Aaron Rodgers knew that. He knew, he has basically said he was immunized, but if he all of a sudden starts showing up wearing a mask at these press conferences, people going like, well, hold on, Aaron, you're vaccinated.